Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to So Crypto, your home for Crypto TA. I am your host Martin, and today we're going to be looking at crypto and beer. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions, please leave us a comment below. I really want to know what you're thinking. Also, if you want to be up to date with the latest crypto-related news and technicals, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and that bell. That way you will be notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us whenever the stream is done, join us on the Discord. Links will be going out here shortly. How's it going, people? Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me tonight. As the name of the stream says, it's Crypto and Beer. I'm relaxing today. Cheers. So, a lot of stuff happened today. A lot of weird stuff happened today. I somehow had overtensioned the belt on my 3D printer and I busted it. So, the belt, not the 3D printer. So I had to go and get it fixed ASAP, which ran me about 50 bucks. I think it was pretty expensive to get that band changed because the bands are pretty cheap. But if I wanted to go through Amazon, I was going to get it delivered until next week, Friday. And I have orders that I need to produce. So some guys are actually ordering stuff from me, and they already paid up front. So I needed to get their production done. So I had to go and fork those 50 bucks, to get everything fixed. And now I'm able to run the prints again, which you saw. I just finished calibrating the bed. Cube came back looking mighty fine. Well, this one not so fine. This one was a little bit wonky, but this one came out fine. So now it's good for printing again. And yeah, I knew weird. Like I got also another order from someone that saw my work, not just with Black Cat, but also with Gohan. And they want to have me print something from them and paint it. So that's also gonna be pretty good. That's also gonna net me another like 200 plus bucks just on the side for I think it's like 210 bucks or so just on the side for printing a piece of I think it's like Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings, and just painted it up to black, not even like full color, just all black. So yeah, I think it's gonna be freaking awesome. And it's starting to produce money enough that this printer now has paid itself. And that money's going to go to buy a second printer. So, yay! Who knew 3D printing was going to pay off something? Not buying crypto with that money. Right now, that money's going to go to grow my 3D printing farm, because I do want to have a business started here. So I'm also going to buy a larger printer, not just a regular sized one like the one I have. So it's going to be double the size. So I'm going to be able to print huge things without having to cut them down. And that's going to be... I think that's going to be pretty cool. I like the fact that the printer's starting to pay itself off. Let's jump onto the markets. Now, I want to buy a resin printer now. Believe it or not, I want to get a resin printer. No, but I'm not going to get a resin one right now. I'm going to get another PLA one, because that's what people are ordering, and that's what's paying itself off. However, would I be able to get better results with a resin one? Yes, but the cost is much higher and the printing volume it's much smaller. So you have better quality for some things, but not the strength of plastic. So for like figurines, it would be better because I would be able to get better results on, features like face and things like that. But for large volume printing and for manufacturing like I'm doing, for example, this is a functional part. This is a lid and a lid and a base for a reactor that produces plankton and zooplankton and phytoplankton. And it goes like this, it's a tube, and then in that hole goes the hose, and then it has a siphon inside. And inside that siphon, it produces air, and inside this tube, you have these microorganisms growing that then goes into aquariums. So this is for a business, and they're actually asking me to run, they already had purchased 2 of these things, and they're asking for a run of 5. And they're also going to ask for a secondary run of 5 once this run is produced and they sell 1. So they are starting to become a repeat customer. And that is freaking awesome, because now I do have a reason to have another printer. And, it's going to keep on producing more money. And that's going to give me enough to where I can buy a resin printer. And they're just paying themselves. So it's pretty cool. Let's roll through. Let's roll here to the market cap. Again, bullishness. We're trying to get some rallies. Not pumping a lot, but pumping some. 2.64% yesterday, today. In the session is going to be the weekend. Not sure what's going to be in store for us on the weekend, to be honest. It could be a wild weekend. We could have nothing happen. We could have a continuation to the upside, or we could just have some, stagnation, maybe move down a bit. And it's going to be a weekend, right? So Intrigued as to whether or not the whales are going to try to tank the market like they did here. And then we got that nice recovery on Sunday. Or if, we're going to have a chill one. So we'll see, right? Again, weekends are starting to become a little bit wild at these prices. So, I was really not thinking that we're going to recover like we did here. Right? And then prior to that, we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had a Sunday drop and then a Saturday drop, right? So no recovery. And we had seen that this pattern where we recovered was broken until here. So, we broke on Friday, or we dropped on Saturday, recovered on Sunday. We had broken that pattern. Now it seems to be repeating itself. However, is it market manipulation or is this actual drops? We are expecting a third drop to happen in crypto in general, right? So maybe we get that third drop. Not sure yet, right? But we might get some of this stagnation. So we'll see. Let's go check out Bitcoin, right? Weekend could be a wild card, man. Maybe the smaller timescales might give us a better idea. Bitcoin, I told you guys we were going to look to stay within this area. Finally broke and close in here. Now we're trying to break this next area, 21,394. We haven't yet. We tried and we rejected, but now we're in the zone, right? 21,394 to 20,811. That is the zone that we could be trading on for the weekend. Breaking to the downside again. I expect to recover by Sunday. Otherwise, 19,666 is going to be a support. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour chart, right? Bearishness moving down. Hidden divergence. No hidden divergence. Nothing happening here. All right, so yeah, hidden bearish and then strong bearish. Moving this down a bit and now trying to recover. Man, we're still lower than the previous high here, right? So nothing bearish. Not against the MACD or the RSI, sitting neutral. At 57.27, so the 4-hour is kind of chill. In the 1-hour chart, we had bearish divergence. And we still had it to here right after the stream. So 9 p.m., look at that. Boom, bearish divergence strong. Action downside. Moved down, held support at 20,911 like we said we could. Dropped a little bit out of that support, but we managed to recover it. And now we're creating some hidden divergence here, hidden bullish. And I think that's what's helping us rally to that 21,394, right? So it's like good stuff here that's happening on crypto, right? It's like good stuff that's happening on crypto, guys. And we're sitting here, neutral 57.21. So rejection of this higher area, this is coming from somewhere. Yes, there is divergence that is bearish. That is developing here. We had bearish divergence strong to here. And then we had a little bit more bearish divergence here, I think. I'm going to have to zoom in to measure this one, but I believe we might have it. No, we don't. We're going slightly higher, so we broke that pattern. It looks as though bullish indicators are starting to take a little bit more weight. But again, it just could be setting up for a bull trap where we drop again. Again, I don't want to go really bullish just like that, right? It's going to take time. So we got to see whether or not this bullishness is going to start repeating itself and whether or not we are really going full on bullish. So if that's going to be the case, 1 second, guys. If that is going to be the case, we're really going to have to see how things are going to play out here on crypto, right? So, hopefully, we get up to this level and we try to break to the upside. Otherwise, again, we're looking for support at 20,911. We'll see. That is it for the corn. Let's go check out Ethereum. Ethereum, 1,214. On the daily. I'm not getting away anything bearish now. Neutral at, sold at 38.38. Still trying to recover, still trying to get, you remember Ethereum, we said we're going to try to get 1,261. Aiming for that zone still after breaking that 1,153. So not bad. 4-hour. We're looking for the bearishness. It held for a candle. Now we're pumping higher. Man, guess what? You remember what we said was going to happen? As soon as we broke higher, this is going to be gone here. And it is gone here. But guess what? It came through on the MACD. Bearish divergence on the MACD, right? Look at this. Potential for action to the downside. Oh no, if we drop, 1,153 is going to be there to support us. 1-hour chart. Oh, forgot the anchor. I forgot the anchor. Oh, I left it on the 1-hour. This should be on the 4-hour. Duh. Joints. Here we go. It's gone. All right. Bearish divergence here, right? Bearish divergence strong. Potential for action to the downside, right? Potential for action to the downside. So not bad here. Dude, do we have anything else? No, we don't have anything else right now. So we're cool. We have some bearish divergence, strong potential function downside. We have it on Bitcoin, we have it on Ethereum. There's a chance the market might try to move down on the weekend now, right? Because we're getting it on two major coins. And if that is the case, we are looking for 1,153 here support at Ethereum. Now, someone said, EFI, please, sir. All right, let's go check out EFI. EFI. Is it this one, dude? Affinity? That's the only one I found, so. At 15.88 cents. Oh my goodness, it took a spike a couple days ago. 25% right now, starting to flag. Alrighty, let's see what's going on here. High to low. High to low. Nothing here that is bearish. Do we have anything bullish? Yes, strong bullish divergence before that movement up, right? Before the movement's up, I should say, because there was a couple. Look at that bullish divergence, strong potential fraction to the upside, starting at that rally. Neutral at 48.25. So that is what we're getting here on the daily, right? So again, some bullish divergence, potential fraction to the upside, starting at that motion up. Not bad. Let's go to that 4-hour chart. What?
Supporting when we can. Smiley face.
Thank you very much, Jorge. Much appreciated, my friend. Dude, that is awesome. Thank you very much for the kind support. It is thank you, man. It's been a while since I heard that little like noise and the voice. Thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anyways, I gotta talk to you after your stream. Anyways, bearishness, but there's nothing here that is bearish. Sorry, where am I getting bearishness from? Neutral at 56.62, man. There's really not a lot going on here. And here, some bearishness here, man. There is definitely some bearishness here. Bearish divergence, right? Potential fair action to downside, starting to get that motion. And now we had some bullishness back here. Look at this. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Bullish divergence, potential for action to the upside, starting to get that rally. And now we've stagnated. Oh no. Oh man, it's crypto and beer day, man. Alrighty. So, dude, I'm not sure what you want to look at here, particularly, War. Just let me know, because you had some bearish divergence, moved you down, some bullishness trying to get you to recover. No cool little patterns developing here. If anything, you could start to look at what could become a cup and handle, because this is definitely almost a, let's go to the wick. Yeah, 30% rally from the bottom to the top, we could say, to some extent. So this could start to develop into a cup and handle formation, right? For that to happen, we need to meet a couple of criteria. First one being we need to have a 30% rally, which is met. Then we have to form our bowl, which has to be within a certain amount of periods. And we are within the periods. I can't remember right now the whole periods because there's a lot of patterns. So, but we have to be within a certain amount of periods. And it's looking good. Now, the other thing that we have to meet as criteria is we have to have that upper lip come to the same height as this lip. So, and if that happens, then we get our small drop and it stays within half of the height of the lip to the bottom portion, right? Then we can measure it and start declaring this a cup and pattern. But right now, it is something that we have to keep on tracking, right? You're happy right now, you're shorting, all right. Watch out, this could start developing something that is bullish. For now, I'm not seeing anything else going on here, at least not on the 1 hour. Just watch out for a cup and handle to develop, right? That's the only thing I could see starting to develop. Again, it's still too early into the pattern, but, you know, watch out for it. Right on, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Someone said Cardano, so let's go check out the KDA. Cardano. At $1.75. Oh gosh. Gosh. All right, let's pump the bet. Like the market, 2.89. Like we said, it's going to follow the market right now. Not a lot. Again, starting to get stagnation here. So we'll see. Neutral, 44.20. 4-hour chart. High to low, positive, positive, high to low. Neutral at 6.47.
LQ
What's
on
up?
tap tools.
Yo, Andrew, dude, thank you very much for that. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys. You're so kind for the kind of some donations. I talked about this earlier. You guys weren't here. My 3D printing stuff, it's starting to turn money. So it's pretty good, right? It's paid itself. My printer paid itself today in 3 months. So 3 months return on investment for the printer. Now I just need to get return on investment for filament. And then just the time I put, because my electric bill is a joke. You guys want to know how much I pay for electricity? This is how much I pay for electricity. I'm not sure if you can see. Might not be able to see. That's 52 pesos a month. 52 pesos every 2 months.
WMT
That's
also
a
on
bi-monthly.
tap tools.
If you want to know how much 52 pesos is, that's like $2.25. That's how much I pay in electricity each month. Every 2 months. So yeah, so I paid $1 a month on electricity because I'm not sure why. Something's wonky. So I'm just super happy that my electricity is super cheap. So yeah, with that, again, that thing has been running for like 3 months. So that's in that electric bill, and it's really not consuming a lot. So I'm happy, and that's why I said electricity. I don't have to worry about recovering the cost. Internet is not using any. It uses light, time, amortization for the piece if you want, but it's been already paid itself. Andrew, thank you very much for the kind donation, man. Sorry if I didn't one up you in the last one, dude. That's also on tap tools. Thank you very much, man. And I think there's another one coming through. I'm just waiting for it to play. $1 of energy. I know. So,
Nada also on tap tools.
all right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll check them out. Just give me 1 second.
Thank you very much.
And I'll run those right after we finish Cadena. Yeah. You spend electricity for the rest of the summer. I know. Jorge says crypto mining. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to bump me up. In Mexico, it's regulated by how much consumption you have. So at least where I'm at, government subsidizes a part of electricity so long as you stay... So yeah, it doesn't have any personal information. So there's the chart, and this is consumption graph. So if you stay on the green portion, you get subsidized a lot of electricity, so you don't pay a lot. But if you jump over to the yellow or the red, you lose that subsidy, and then you pay up the wazoo, right? So I'm trying to get as much as I can while staying on the green, which again, it is good. That's what's about, right? Staying on the green. And yeah, don't tell me how much my subsidy is, but I can tell you how much I'm paying. And I can tell you that's how much I paid historically. So, because there was something off with my old contract, but this is my historic consumption. I have no problem showing this on camera. See if I can get it to show. And all of them, you might not be able to see them, but all of them are like, except for the installation, which was like $25. Everything else is like 50 pesos, 51 pesos, 50 pesos. This one was 52 pesos. But my electricity is super cheap, and I'm happy about that. So my 3D printer's paid itself. Already paid off. So that's good. Now that means I can buy another one. So I'm reinvesting right now, everything. I'm not paying myself for 3D printing, which I should, because in any business you should pay yourself. But it was $300. I'm not gonna pay myself on the prints right now, because what I want to do is grow the business faster, because I have a day job. I don't need to pay myself for now. So right now I'm just trying to get as many printers as I can without jumping into that yellow zone, so I can print and get a better return on that investment. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a bigger printer now, a larger printer. It's double the price. It's on sale right now, so it's that was $300. Right now it's on $269, and the one I want to buy, it's $507. So that's the one I want to get. how did I make money? No, advertising on Facebook Marketplace. And then people have approached me because they have seen the quality of the work that I produce. And they've asked me to print stuff. For example, this company asked me to print this lid, which again, it's good, it fits, it's tight, it doesn't fall. You know, it's good enough that we can have it and you know, has that hole for aeration. And then there's the bottom portion of what their product is, and this just goes on a cylinder. And this is for a they call it a reactor, but it's it's a thing that produces phytoplankton and zooplankton for aquariums. So that is super cool what they're doing, and they're my main client right now. They order 5 pieces, and that's you know, run them $100 on that, because I also designed this for them. They didn't design it; I designed this for them. So so they ordered 2 already, and now they're ordering 5 more, so that's 7. And next month they said they might order around 5 and 10. So I definitely want another printer so I can, you know, keep up with the demand that they're having. And a lady contacted me, and she wants me to print a statue of Ragnar Lodbrok from Vikings, because she saw this piece and she saw something else I produced and painted. And she asked me if I could do this statue for her. And that's going to be another, you know, $210 on the printing. So yeah, on the printing and painting, post-processing and painting to a certain extent. So I'm super, super happy about that. Anyways, let's get rolling. Let's finish Cadena so we can jump onto the coins that Andrew awesomely donated for as well. There's really nothing here that is bullish or bearish. We're just following the market, right? That's what we said it was going to do, and that is precisely what it's doing. Alrighty, let's roll, man. There was a request here for LQ on tap tools. All right, let's get tap tools. Yo,
Hit the like, people. Dono
Hard
train.
hit.
Smiley face.
Thank you very much for that, man. Much appreciated, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. Dono train. Yeah, thanks. let's see if the train gets off the station. Let's do this. Tap tools. Tap tools LQ. Here we go. Let's search, and then I'm gonna bring it over once I have it open. That way I don't have to wait. No, that's not it. Why taptools.france? Ooh. Interesting. Taptools.io. Here we go. We're opening the French version of Tap Tools. Let Tap Tools. Let's go to charts. Charts and then look for LQ, man. I'm not sure what LQ is doing. Oh, still taking a dive. What did we say this was going to do? I can't remember because we don't have history here saved. So, it's LQ. Yeah, no, that's Min. LQ to ADA. Here we go. Switch the contract. It's still taking a dive. Some small recovery in stagnation seems like. All right, cool. Let's bring in some indicators. Le MACD and Le RSI, right? And we're gonna see what's happening here. We'll see what's what. We'll see what's what, and then we'll see where it's gonna go. Let's get on the daily. And then I'm gonna make it fit the screen because I know it's wonky for you guys. You guys can see it, but you can't see the price. Here we go. Because the price is wrong, Bob. Where do you learn how to do 3D printer? Yes, on my own. I also learned to paint on my own. By painting miniatures first. Ain't that weird? I learned that paint by painting minis. This is a project someone has just to review. And yeah, I learned to paint by painting minis. And that's my first statue of that size, which again is pretty cool. I never printed anything that big. Now I have some other stuff I gotta start processing and painting, but you know, that's personal projects. So right now I'm gonna concentrate on turning this 3D printing thing into a business, side gig. I'm not gonna pay the bills, but you know, it could become something where it pays itself off, and if it pays itself off as a hobby, and then I can make some money on the side. And that's gonna be cool because you know it'll start if I get 2, 3, 4 of these printers going, and they're always working. Man, it starts to become really interesting. Anyways, what do we have here, man? We don't have a lot. That, to be fair, there's really not a lot going on here at the simple site. We do have bullish divergence on the daily. I think we've talked about this. It just wasn't triggering. So and And although we're getting some of that action to the upside, it's still not triggering. We're still oversold at 15.19. It did trigger slightly here for some small gains. Probably going to be, yeah, for 0.43%, and then here 0.04. So we did get a small bounce, but we're still waiting for this bullish divergence to trigger. Again, no point in doing, any fibs, because if this is high and this is low, so low to high, we're already below that 786, and we are about to hit all-time lows again. So not a lot happening here, fortunately. I know, Andrew, you said there's a lot of future for this project. I'm not going to disagree with you. There could be a lot of future for the project. I'm just not seeing it right now. So let's go to that divergence that we drew on the daily. And here, shorter term, look at this. We created some bullish divergence here as well. Look at that. Boom, right? Blam, there we go. Bullish divergence strong. Potential fraction down. So I started to get a rally, but, not really taking off. So we need to take off from here. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. It's not going to do us any good. We have to keep on pushing higher, and I'm just not seeing that happening for now. Just, take it with a grain of salt, whatever you want to say. But I believe this project is going to be one of those projects that you're like, oh, man, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to, all of a sudden, boom, like 5,000%, right? Overnight. So, again, I don't want to be super bearish. It has bullish divergence. You just should take off. That's it. When's it going to take off? No one knows. We can, say there's bullish divergence. It should be taken off. But it doesn't want to take off. So, when it takes off, it's just going to blast off, I think. Low to high, negative, less negative, low to high. Nothing here. Again, here I'm not finding anything that's, it's going to tell me bullishness, bearishness. There's really nothing here in the 1 hour. Pumped, going higher and higher. There's nothing bearish. Why are we stagnating? There should be no reason, right? So, talking about this one, Andrew, man, I'm really not seeing a lot. I believe it has potential. If you're holding it, just keep holding it. It could really, take off, but we'll see. Right, and then let's do WMT, so wet metric tons. At least that's why it stands for me, WMT, man. Not sure what WMT means, but on the area of business that I'm at, WMT means wet metric tons. There's a couple contracts, so I'm not sure which one we need to look at. I'm just going to open the first one. Getting a Model 3 Tesla next month. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be awesome, dude. You go. Wow. That's cool. Alrighty. Lower morning momentum. How's the Uber thing coming along, man? Bullish divergence strong here on the 4 hour for WMT. Action to the upside, starting to get that nice rounding action to upside. Watch out, because again, don't want to be bearish here, but this motion that it's doing, right? If it doesn't correct, it's starting to look like that terminal tackle on fishing. So it starts to look like a hook, right? And you know what happens when we hook? It starts to look a lot like a bull trap. So watch out, because this could just plummet. Again, grain of salt. Could keep on going. There's nothing bearish right now that would suggest that. But again, just be careful. All right, bullish divergence, action to the upside. It could keep on running. Not going to say it ain't. It has that bullishness. Let's go to the daily and see how it's doing there, man. On the daily, man, it has hidden bullish divergence. All right. It has something that would suggest a movement up, which is good. But, that's about it. So the move goes from here to here, and from here to here, right? So bullish divergence hidden, potential for action to the upside, starting to get some rally, pumped 1.49%. Again, not the most, but some. And here, there's really nothing bearish on this move, so yeah, it just seems like it's stagnating, right? And it's below all-time lows. And if we do a fib here, just so to see where we're at, so if we go from high to low, right, from high to low, we are not anywhere near that 236, which is where we should be targeting, and that is at 56.73 ADAs, I guess, right? Or fractions of ADA. I can't remember how this one's quoting, but because we're not looking at the dollars pairs, so I think we're looking at WMT to ADA or something like that. So that's it for WMT, at least what I'm looking at here on the daily and the 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour, man. Does he have anything here? Look, see how I'm talking about that hooking motion, and that drop starting to happen. You can see it here a little bit better. It's a very nice rounding motion, and then it's like, oh, we're stopping and plummet. Hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope this keeps on going higher. But there was bearish divergence hidden here as well, man. Look at this. Boom, right? Wham. So potential fraction of downside. And that's what's getting us to stagnate. Now, whether or not this is going to go bullish is going to depend on what's happening on daily. And like we said, there is bullishness. So if it tries to run, it could run from whatever's happening on the larger time scales. But on the 1 hour at least, we only have hidden divergence, and that is getting us to stagnate. And that is precisely what we're doing, right?
Husky for the lols also on Tap Tools. This is a meme coin that probably has the highest likelihood of being the Cardano version of Doge.
All right, thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Husky for the all right. Husky sounds like a Doge derivative. Husky, is that it? Yeah. It's like one of those Shiv. You got some Husky? All right. I used to have a Husky, not the coin, an actual dog. He died. That was that time. Anywho, yeah, we are going slightly higher. There's nothing here. It's bullish. This is moving sideways, man. What is this? What is this madness? It just looks flatlining. It's like it dropped and now it's moving sideways. I'm not seeing anything here that, would scream bullish from here to here. There was bullish divergence. We're not seeing it take off. Again, it seems to be a recurring pattern here in this exchange. And it could be because they're ADA pairs. So, neutral at 59.03. There's really not a lot to call here on this one, unfortunately. Let's go to the 4 hour, man. I just want to make it look as though I'm trying to skip through things. There's just really not a lot, right? So, if we zoom in here, there is going to be bullish divergence on this move, right? So it's playing, and that's about it. That's the only thing I can see happening as to why we're running. Now, are we going to have something that makes us stop? It's going higher and higher and then lower. Yes, there is a strong bearish divergence. However, the strong bearish divergence is developing from an area where it's nonsense, right? We're flatlining, and this went to 100%, so it makes no sense. But if you want to look at this like that, then yes, there's some strong bearish divergence. It should be looking at for a movement down. And we got it with a large wick that got recovered immediately in the same 4 hour candle. And it just went extremely sideways still. So again, not really finding a lot of things here that are cool or grain indicated this is going to take off. Let's go to the 1 hour, man. Here we have the same wick that recovered on the same candle. So there was some divergence here that is hidden bullish. And again, that is helping it to pump a bit. But again, not really seeing a lot for the project right now, unfortunately, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, Jorge, dude. Looking at this, and again, I'm not seeing anything that screams movement. It's just sideways. You can even see here on the other side that we're 100% overbought. And that is because it's flatline. How do we know it's flatline? Look at this dojis. There's really nothing. Then there's nothing, not because it's just no action going on or it's a tight fight for that spot. It's just there's no volume being traded. And you can tell here that the volume is 0. You can see here 0. It's just there's no volume traded. So what you end up buying when you buy these coins is you're buying an illiquid asset, right? So that asset is not going to go anywhere. It's probably going to get you into more trouble that it's going to solve, right? And here's why. Now, when you look at this asset and you buy it at a certain price and there's no volume being traded, when you try to sell, you're going to have a hard time finding a partner or a counter position to your selling position, right? So if it just drops and no one's buying, you're going to have a hard time selling, right? So you could just drop and then there's really no one else buying. So you're just going to have a hard time. So just watch out for it. It's not going to be the best. You don't want to buy into things that have no volume traded, right? It just puts you in tight spots. So that's Hoskies, dude. Now I have to see, because I think there was another request by someone else who said Doge. So we're going to look at Doge now, right? Awesome, Andrew. Thank you very much for the kind requests here, man. Hope you guys enjoy that. And let's do Doge here to the dollar. Where's the Doge at, right? Like the doctor, whoever his name was on Doge. Right. All right, there's Bullish Divergence. I could buy that. I could buy into that, right? Or I could have bought into that. So we're already playing. It's going up. All right, it's getting some cool recovery here, 14%, and then 4%, and then here about 9%. So we're recovering a bit. It looks okay overall. Neutral at 46.36. Yeah, man, are we gonna have something here? Yeah, some hidden divergence. By the way, guys, you know that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is now on Disney Plus. I didn't. Now I know. Now I'm gonna have to watch it with the wife tonight. Neutral 46.18. Also get that 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour, look at this. Looky here, man. Looky here. Looky charms. There's bearish divergence. Oh no, what's it gonna do? A little action or downside. Did we get action or downside? We did. Look at that. Check mark. Now, are we getting some action to the upside? Yes. Do we have some divergence? Nope. No hidden bullish. So, all right, trying to recover, but we're failing to get higher than the previous high. So as soon as we get higher than that previous high is what's going to happen. Boom, right? Blam. Bearish divergence strong. So it's just going to depend on how this keeps going. If we just pull down a bit here and flag for a bit, then we could try to rally with a little bit more strength. And this will be negated because now there's a new island here of positive momentum. So let's say we go like this, right? We make a little bit of negative momentum and then pump, right? What is going to happen is we're going to make a little bit of negative momentum and then we're going to pop, right? And now this divergence is not going to apply. Don't matter how high we go because now we are anchoring from this island here, right? Not this island. So if we do try to rally right now, we're anchoring from this island to this island and we created that bearish divergence. But if this manages to hold, right, and make it a little bit of negative momentum, guess what? We're home free to pump more and not have bearish divergence. Yeah, sold at 61.17. All right, let's see what else is happening here. John Thomas said, any tunes for my beer? And this boring Bitcoin. Yeah, we're playing tunes. I'm going to play a different one, though. This album's overrated. I've already played it plenty of times. I'm going to see what we have here. Because I got to only play royalty-free music. Where are the albums? Which one did we used to do? Was it this one, Supreme? I think we used to do this one. Yeah. I want to see if there's another one that we can play. All the music from this dude is free, royalty free, because he is not a douche. A douche. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see the album. Oh, there we go. I'm looking for one that's called Royal Blood. I like that track. So I'm trying to look for something here to play because, you know, people want better tracks. Trick tracks for the drink dranks. Here we go. Gonna play this one. I like this one. This from our old play soundtrack. So. Yeah. What kind of beer? You're in Budweiser. I'm drinking Corona. Not Corona. Modelo Negra. Black Modelo. What do I think about stochastic RSI? I think it's okay. I don't use it that much. I just use a regular one. You can use stochastic if you want. It still works the same. Some people like it. Again, dude, trading. Here's the truth about trading. Trading is about what works for you. What works for me might not work for you. What works for, someone else might not work for someone else. It's all about what works for you and how cool you're while trading that strategy. So, yeah. Old track. That's it, dude, right? It's about what works for you. And that is ultimately it, right? You know, for me, doing these divergences and looking for some chart patterns and things like that is going to work, but for you, it might not. So you got to trade what you're comfortable with, right? Also, while you look at patterns, you're going to notice that, you know, you're good at trading certain patterns. For example, you might be good at trading, how do you call this? I forgot the name. You might be good at trading, you know, an inverse head and shoulders, and every time you trade it, you do good. But, you know, you might not be good at trading three fallen peaks, or, you know, the rising valleys, or any other pattern, right? So you got to find what works for you, because you know that sometimes when you identify a certain pattern, you're really good at identifying that pattern, and you just trade it because, you know, every time you perform it or you see it perform, you know it performs well for you, and you do a certain amount of returns. So, you know, that's what trading is about, right? So you got to find what works for you, and then you just hunt for that pattern, or you wait for that pattern to develop, and you trade it. Trading is about patience. It's like fishing. You don't go there, cast, and like reeling a fish, right? You have to go in, cast, have to wait, right? Once a fish bites, nibbles, right? Then you hook it, and then you bring it in. That's what trading is about, right? You're waiting, right, with your money, and then once you see that pattern start to form, because you get good at identifying the patterns early on, and you see that your pattern's starting to develop, then you throw your money at it, right? And then it hooks, and all of a sudden you're doing good, and now you're bringing it in, right? So that's what it's about. Right on, dude. I'm gonna pause it here, man. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start playing from here. But I gotta make sure that the volume is fine for you guys, because otherwise, if the volume's too harsh, your little ears are gonna burst. All right, let's go here. Ooh, we're going old school today. Going old school. We're going to last year when we were using these soundtracks. This used to be our old intro, by the way. John Thomas is W. Oh, where is it? Yeah, W. Right. Dude, in fact, I can't read that, my friend. What, you drunk to trade now? Yeah, that happens. Don't drink and trade. It's not healthy. You're gonna end up losing your stash. So don't drink and trade, right? No drinky, no tradey. Yeah, you don't drink and trade. It's not gonna end up well, man. Who was that? Al Pacino. Who? Scent of a woman. You know what, Charlie? The song brings back memories. Yes, it brings back memories. All right, I'm gonna get another beer. I'm gonna be right back. Right on. Another beer. Cheers. By the way, someone asked what I'm drinking. I'm drinking this. I'm ecstatic tonight. Finally cut along with about 25% of my trading portfolio. I couldn't be happier. Dude! Congrats. There you go. I like this track. It's called Piano Sleeves. What? That is awesome that you're catching along, dude. Hope you recover fast. That's what trading is about, dude. The more you trade, the better you get at it, right? Trading, a lot of people don't believe it, but it's a skill. It's like something you gotta practice. Only doing a special. Oh. This is the same one, dude. It's just the black version of the special. So dark version. It's just called negra modelo, so, you know, it's a black modelo. Or, yeah, dark. Same thing. Yeah. Yeah, man. Trading is fun. Yeah, but like I was saying, right? Jokes aside, trading is a skill. If you don't practice it, you kind of lose it. You get rusty at it. The more you practice, the better you become at it, right? You're going to lose money, but then you start like learning, right? It's like a learning curve. Like you start to make dumb decisions, right? Then, you know, you start to make good decisions because you're learning from mistakes. So you learn pattern identification, you learn to have a strategy, you learn to follow your strategy and have discipline and to manage risk. Every now and then you're going to get cocky and you're going to start doing stuff that you shouldn't. And the market is very good at correcting you. It's going to slap you upside of the head and you're going to lose a lot of money. And then you're going to be like, oh, what's happening? And you're going to go back and you're probably going to be like, oh, I'm not following my strategy, right? And then you'll follow it and then you'll be good. But, you know, market is also about adaptation. Your strategy is going to change with time because the market and the traders and the players in the market are going to change with time. So as long as you keep trading, you're going to start noticing changes, and all of a sudden you're going to see that your strategy is not performing. Now, you also got to know when your strategy performs. Is your strategy performing because we're in a bull market? Guess what? A lot of strategies perform in a bull market. A lot of indicators perform in a bull market. A lot of indicators struggle to perform with their stagnancy. But you have to have a strategy to trade when the market's stagnant. And a lot of indicators also don't play as well when you're in a bear market. So you got to also learn how to trade in a bear market. So you got to learn how to account for different things that are happening in the market. And also, you know, the market's going to keep on evolving and your strategy is going to have to evolve with the market. Otherwise, you're going to start to get, you know, wrecked in your positions, or you're not going to start making as good as money or return on your investment. And then you're going to have to, like, you know, learn, adapt, and then you're going to be good again. And then it's going to happen again, right? You're going to start stagnate. Your positions are not going to be doing good. Have to go back, revise your strategy, revise your plan, see what's happening, and then trade again. That's it. And that's what trading is about. Risk management and keeping up, right? Keeping up with everything. Thank you, Wise Was, after a rough week, dude. Sure, I hope, you know, your week gets better. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, so what else are we looking at, guys? Come on, bring coin. All right, crypto going down again. Oh no, the Bitcoin, no, it's rejecting. Well, we know, we talked about it, right? Rejection of the zone would lead to 20,911. We could try to break it again. It's a tight range we're gonna trade for the weekend, and like I said, if Saturday goes down, we could try to recover for Sunday, right? It looks like we're trying to do that again, so let's hope that that's back on, right? Because it was on for a while. You know, whatever we lost on Saturday, we gained on Sunday. Whatever we gained on Saturday, we lost on Sunday. So at least last Sunday was the same. So let's see if that's back. Otherwise, we're still looking for stagnation. Maybe action downside still. Okay, the third leg down, right? We already covered that. We already talked about where we could go. $10,000 to $12,000 range would not be a weird target, considering that in the past, Bitcoin has dropped 80+% from all-time highs to lows. So all those things considered, that's what we're looking at, right? That is what we're looking at, guys. The music. Let me know if the music's high, though, because this is coming from the player. It's not coming from the browser. So player and browser are playing at different volumes. Yeah, I already looked at ADA. I can go back and look at it. I think we looked at ADA. I can't remember. We might have looked at ADA. We might have not looked at ADA. I'm not going to confirm it or deny because I don't remember if we looked at it or not. But let's go back. On the daily. Ooh, there we go. On the daily. Looky here, Andrew. On the daily. We are having a bullish divergence. Potential of action to the upside. Trying to rally, but, getting some stagnancy. Neutral at 46.24. And we're still in range, so we're still trying to get above that 50-cent mark. Let's hope we can do it. 4-hour chart. Yeah. So we're looking here some bearishness. It didn't play, so we haven't looked at this. Ooh. Someone here coming in lower still. Bearish divergence hidden. Starting to get some stagnation. That's fine. Now let's go to the 1-hour chart. We forgot to anchor something, obviously, because there's a thing that doesn't make sense there. I'm a Korean dude. How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Yo, you know what I'm like? You know what I'm craving right now? Like hardcore craving. I just got like that craving sensation right now. Andrew, you weren't there for the first Vegas night, but War and I had awesome Wagyu skirt. That was really freaking tasty. And I'm also craving that tomahawk from Vegas. Like, for some reason, those two things just popped into my head right now. And they made my mouth water, dude. Like, I'm craving those things. That steak, that tomahawk was freaking good, man. And that Wagyu skirt with... Dude, I think he had some spice in it. Like, I think he had some Tabasco peppers, but it wasn't Tabasco sauce. It was like some Tabasco pepper. It was pretty good tasting. And those Brussels sprouts with bacon jam. Oh man, that thing. Doctor Strange. Yeah, I want to watch that tonight. I think you're behind the stream. You might be behind the stream. I'm not sure. I said that a while back. So didn't see any future. They might have. A taco? No, I'm not craving tacos right now. I could go for tacos, but I just don't want to go for tacos right now. Neutral at 52.70. I'm not sure. I might go for tacos. Who knows? Jason says, "Oh, Jason's in the house. Thank you for 3 red crows in a month. We could. It's actually 3 black crows. That the term is 3 black crows. That's a trading pattern. Are we doing 3 black crows in a month? Yeah, we are. Looks like it. By the way, if you don't know what 3 black crows are, it's this one. Let's see if I can show it here from Investopedia. So let's get some learning. Oh wow, that opened in the worst place ever. All right, so what are the 3 black crows? It's a bearish candlestick pattern. You should predict the reversal of a current uptrend. So that would still suggest action to the downside, right? All right, and the size of the shadows could be just where judge whether the reversal is at risk for a retracement. So, well, if we get a smaller candle here, so this is 3 black crows, right? You have 2 green. Don't matter. Have to go from an uptrend, no 2 greens. But here in this example, we have 2 greens, and then we have a couple of reds coming through. And what we're seeing here, and it's not a couple, it's just 3 reds. So we have our 2 greens and a couple of reds coming through as well. So this, in fact, does look like the 3 black crows. We just haven't been looking at the monthly that much. And yes, it is there. Now this would suggest that our uptrend is done. We can start to look for a downtrend. However, being the percentage drops that we were looking at, I believe that downtrend could end at around 10 to 12,000. That completes the pattern for Bitcoin, right? And that would also be congruent with our 3rd leg down. Now, this in theory could still have a green month coming through afterwards, right? The 4th candle is what determines whether or not we are going to keep on going down on that 3 black crows. So usually what you do for this pattern is you have to wait for the pattern to develop. That means that there's 3 candles coming through, right? And then your next candle is the one that confirms. So if the 4th candle starts to go down or goes down, then yes, you're looking for that reversal. However, if this candle starts to go up and it bullish engulfs, it invalidates that 3-block crow, right? So now you're looking at something else. So yeah, it suggests something. It usually happens at the top of the trend. That means that the actual 3-block crows that we should be looking at is this one that would have started the downtrend, and not so much this one, because this one's just continuation of these 3-block crows that we had. Now, remember, we didn't bullish engulf here, and we didn't go higher here than the previous one. At least I don't believe we didn't go higher. So this, the highest point was 48,012, and this one here is 40,100. So we did go slightly higher. But, you know, we had our 3-block crows, and now we're having continuation to downside, because, you know, that sparks a trend. But what I was looking at, and if you guys remember, the theory that we're looking at is this: the first wave. Now it's our second wave, right? We get some recovery, and then we get our third wave that drops us to that 12 to 10K area, and then we start to look for recovery, right? So, yeah. There's another set at the top. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the first one. This is the one that started it. But, yeah, I would say yes. 3-block crows, it's present in the His Hills, and that could spark that, right? But, you know, we've been saying here in the stream that, you know, we could be targeting the 12, 10 to 12K area. The Mirage opened the 18K, the 18 plus pool. That's awesome. I heard on the way to the airport that the Mirage is going to get taken down, and they're going to build a new Hard Rock Cafe there. So that's kind of cool and weird at the same time, because the Mirage is getting taken down, and they're going to build this guitar-shaped hotel there. It's going to be interesting. Anyways, we have farther down to go. Yeah, we could be looking at farther movements down, right? It's similar to the 3 white pigeon. No, it's actually called the 3 white soldiers. That would have been this pattern here, and this pattern here, and this pattern here, and this pattern here, and this pattern here. So we had a lot of 3 white soldiers developing, right, on that run to the upside. Even here on the winter of bearishness, the bear winter of 2018 to 2020, I think. We had a lot of 3-block crows developing, finally took off. Sorry, not 3 black crows, 3 white soldiers. Now we have our 3 black crows pattern developing. Right? So yeah, there we go. But there is a whole bunch of hidden divergence. Take it with a grain of salt. It's hidden. You can't see it. Whatever. Look, there's hidden divergence. Could mean that the pattern is going to start losing strength. Its potency, it's going to go down. It hasn't eaten enough shrimp, so its potency is going to go down. And we could start to see this pattern stagnate, right? Lose some strength. Okay, like I said, try to get a small gain. Maybe get our next leg down. We're still going to have that hidden divergence. And then we can start looking for recovery, right? Yeah, look, even 20,000, I would say 25, 28, that's the areas that we can get above. But 22, it's okay. Not really seeing it as a super strong area to get above, right? You call them red because the candles are red, that's fine. Call them red, you can call them black. You can call them purple if your candles are purple. If they're yellow, they could be 3, yellow crows. Yes. Yeah. So, look. I know your charts are red, but your green donkeys no. 3 red candles. Nations of the 3 black crows. Right. It's just called 3 black crows. I know you can call them whatever you want. They're red, but they're still called 3 black crows. That's the actual name of the pattern. And I searched, by the way, for 3 red crows. I want to see if it should pop up, but it didn't. Then you're looking for what's a 3 solid pattern? You're gonna have the opposite. You're gonna have 3 green candles that come through. So That's all I was telling you. It's 3 white soldiers, right? There's no 3 green donkeys pattern coming through. The 3 green donkeys! Oh my goodness. Must have been shorting every year. Alright, cool. They slap you out. Yeah, I mean, you can short after every pump. That's fine. I mean, in theory, after a pump, you're looking for a retracement, so that's fine. Just like after a drop, you're looking for pullback, right? So that's fine. Yeah. 7,000? No, I think we're looking at historically, after all-time highs, Bitcoin has dropped about 86%. 83 to 86%, right? So, if you're looking at that 86 to 83% and you measure from the highest point we gotten to where we could go, we are looking at 12 to 10K zone, maybe 9K, if we do want to close a gap. All right, there's too many gaps that need to be closed. Now, we haven't looked at the CME this week, but I do believe we might have closed the gap. And the gap that we were looking to close, we're in the day. No, I went on the weekly. I'm giving you the daily. Here we go. The gap I was looking to close is this one here. And I don't think we've closed it because we pulled back up. Remember, on the weekend, we pulled down and then we pulled back up, but we didn't quite close this gap at 18,500. Although we dropped to the, a 19 plus. Might have actually dropped to 18,000, but we recovered and we didn't quite close that gap. And that's the gap I'm looking at right now. And the gap I think we could be looking to close here on the CME because that's the nearest gap. Now we are leaving 1, 2, 3 gaps to the upside, but this old gap and then the old gap here at let's get this on log. It is on log scale. Why isn't that showing? The other gap that is down here around the 9Ks. Where is it? Oh, there seems to be a gap here that never got filled. Or it might have here. I'm not sure. No, it didn't. There's a breakaway gap here at 2,000, and that's what I was thinking was going to happen with the. Did I say 2,000? No, that's 22,000. Sorry, guys. I completely misread this one. 20,000. Now we close that one. We have to close this one, and then we have to close another one. Oh, this is a 9K one. This is a gap we must close. I thought this was going to be a breakaway gap, but, and this was going to be a breakaway gap here at 18,000. So where's the 18,000 one? I lost it. It was blue in color. Dude, where's 18,000? I lost the 18,000 gap, but, it should be there somewhere. Zoom out, maybe. I can't see it. Here's the 18,000 gap. Here, 18,500. It's yellow. I thought it was blue. And the thing is that when I start zooming, it becomes like the wicks. So it's harder and harder to see, right? I'm just going to move this here and here. Inching it to the side. See if I can get it to work. There we go. That's the gap we must close. Now I can see it easier. Because it gets confusing with the wicks. But now I can see there's a gap there. Alrighty. Let's roll. What causes gaps? Oh yeah, that's easy, dude. You have a trading, like this is the future, so it only trades on the weekdays, right? What causes a gap? Well, gap, my friend, is caused when, a gap. A gap is caused when the price closes at a certain level, and then the asset keeps trending up to the upside throughout the weekend, and it opens at a higher value. So since the futures market's only trading on the weekdays, you still have price fluctuation and you have gaps. Also, on stock markets, you tend to see them a lot more throughout daily trading because, the stock market opens from, 8:30 till 4 p.m. or so. But you still have after hours and pre-market. So you have aftermarket and pre-market trading. And price does shift throughout that aftermarket and then pre-market. So when you open up again for the actual market to trade, right, now the aftermarket, then you have a gap depending on when the price went. So you have gaps. Now, it's easier to show on an actual stonk. So let's go and look at triad. I guess that would be a good one to look at. It should have gaps. All right. We're not gonna be able to see that whole gap happening here, but here we're on the daily, right? You can see there's a huge gap here. Now, reason for this to happen, now I have to look at the date, 13th of June. So if we go to the 1 hour, and you go to the 13th or so, aftermarket price, right? And look at the pre-market. So aftermarket, pre-market, you had a drop there for the weekend probably. This is the 10th, this is 13th. So there was a weekend. Price kept on trending down throughout the weekend. It opened much lower on Monday pre-market, and then tried to recover to the market opening. So you have this gap from the actual closing on Friday to the actual opening on Monday of where the price is, right? So when you open up on Monday, you're gonna have this here zone be your actual gap. So from here to here, right? So you're measuring from there to there. If we go on the daily, right? And swim out, and we go back to the 13th where we were looking at. Oh snap! I forgot to show that through the 1 hour. Let's show this in the daily. And now we go back and look at this, right? Look at how that gap is there, right? The one we were pointing out. That's why you have gaps. So that's why gaps happen. Now you see a gap at 6,000. I'm not sure. 6,000. All right, let's go back then. 9,000. You're gonna have to send me that gap somewhere on the Discord, man, because I believe all the other gaps were already closed. So if you see a gap here or here, here's 6,000. So I'm not sure where you're seeing a gap, but you know, this gap here got filled over here. This gap here got filled here. This gap here got filled here as well. So anything that's happened before on the 6,000s, even back here, it's already filled on these moves. So everything here is filled. This gap here got filled here with this wick, and you know, this wick even here filled it. This gap here is open. We never came back down to close it. That's a 9,600 gap. Then we have this gap at 18,500s. Then we had this gap that we already filled. So that was 23,000. But I don't think there's a gap before. So I believe all gaps prior to this have been filled, except for the new gaps that we're starting to make here. Gap 1, gap 2, and gap 3. Even gaps here have been filled. This gap here got filled on this here wick and this here candle. So gaps have been filled. Yay. Eventually, in given time, I'll tell you most gaps get filled. There's a huge... There's a huge demand left when you gap up at a certain level. There's a lot of contracts that got left there, and at some point in time we're going to come back down to fill those contracts, and then we can bounce. But you know, that's a whole nother theory for trading, and a whole nother theory for trading strategies that I'm not going to go into right now. I just lost all my portfolio on chasing FX session. What a dumb and bump. What? I'm not sure what you were chasing, but sorry to hear you lost your portfolio, man. Again, have a trading strategy, have a plan, have an idea as to where the market's going to go, and you'll be good. So our green week call was good, and that's about it, right? I remember when we said, this week's going to be green, and it was green. I'm going to remove these, by the way, because those, you know, shown it off plenty of times. Our green week call was good. Now it looks as though we just got started another green week. Oh, it's good, man. That, like I said, the pattern's weakening, right? So we're looking for something to happen here. Again, here's our legs. So first leg, second leg, third leg. Again, this doesn't have to happen all the way to this bottom. Again, we're just pointing out the idea that we're going to go down to that 12, 10, and then this just goes slightly lower because we were talking about filling that CME gap. If we do drop by the 10Ks, would not be weird if we just close that CME gap at 9,000. There's no gaps left to the upside, the downside. Guess what? All the gaps, we have to start going to the upside, right? Yeah, I was back at your strategy talk. What's this MDH? I have no clue. Shake my head, I guess. I was right about sticking to your strategy. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. King Macaulay Culkin. I'm kidding. King Cullen. King Krillin. What are we gonna do, guys? We've been live for a long time tonight. It's fun. Longer than usual. There's no gap there, man. We already filled that. This is the Rona hit, right? March 12th. Look, there's no gaps here. If there, like, this gap got filled over here, right? There's no gaps here because they got filled here. This gap here got filled here. And then there's a small gap here at 9,600, like we said. There's no other gaps. I already checked this chart. There's no other gaps here since the Rona, right? Back here, again, no gaps. This gap here got filled with this move here. So we have no other gaps going farther back. We just have the gaps that I've shown, which is the 9,500, the 18,300s. And then we have our gaps here to the upside. So as soon as we fill those gaps to the downside, if we are to fill them all, which again, I would consider this to be a breakaway gap, the one at 9,000s, right? This one. And also I was considering this to be a breakaway gap, but now it's becoming a lot clearer that we might go back and fill it. Again, a breakaway gap is a gap that doesn't get filled because we have a violent move to the upside, like we did here with this gap. But guess what? We filled it, so breakaway gaps are getting filled. And now what it looks like, though, is that if we fill this gap and we drop to the 12,000s, 10,000s, we're going to fill this gap here. I think so. And then, well, by that drop, that means that unless we gap here as well, this gap's still going to be open. But if we don't gap and we actually move down and we close it, that means we just have this one gap to fill. And then otherwise, all the gaps that we must fill again are to the upside. And the market's going to be hungry to go fill those gaps. So eventually we are going to be looking for that bounce to go higher and close those gaps. But guess what? On that way up again, we're going to start leaving gaps. And then again, we have to move back down to close those gaps. So again, market is cyclical. Those gaps are going to get filled. And market will keep on going. Listen next. Is it not pinned at the top of the chat? Did I not pin it? I must have not pinned it. Here we go. Let's pin it at the top of the chat. It's going to get pinned. Alrighty. Alright, there we go. War got it. SNX. Let's do SNX. Alrighty. It's starting to flag a bit, right? That's immediately obvious by just the way we're looking at this. So we just had a nice impulse up. We're starting to consolidate a bit. So impulse up, so consolidation. Sideways, not downsloping as well, but, you know, some slightly downsloping, but we're flagging. That's good. That could lead to another move up. Now I'm just going to have to zoom in here and check and see that log scale that we are not. Opened at 335, closed at 326, slightly lower, right? I'm just gonna zoom in here real quick and just go in here as well to confirm. Yeah, slightly lower. All right, why are we stagnating, guys? There's hidden divergence. High to low, right? On the price, high price, lower price. Low to high. All right. Hidden bearish. So stagnation, maybe sideways motion. So downsloping, sorry, not stagnation. Sideways motion, duh. Downsloping consolidation, maybe the sideways motion. That's what we're getting right now from this hidden divergence. So we're starting to consolidate. It's all good. Guess what? We also have it against the RSI. There we go. And sitting neutral right now, 55.67 on the RSI. It means price could go either way according to the RSI, but it's perceived as being a fair value. And SNX right now, it's starting to flag. So this would tell me that we could be looking for another movement up, right? Then we started to develop bearish divergence strong, and then we started looking for movements down again. And here we have that strong bearish divergence that's making the market move down. And how do we know? Because we're coming up higher on the price. Then we're going down in the oscillators. Alright, 4-hour chart. And let's roll here. That's that, and then this is this. There we go. Because what afterwards? So we had strong bearish divergence. We got a movement down to strong bearish. Hidden bullish coming into play. That's going to make the market stagnate again. Upwards motion, maybe sideways consolidation. Again, that's what we're stagnating. On the daily, we had that hidden bearish. Here we have the hidden bullish. They're both colliding and moving sideways, right? We're not really tanking. We're not really pumping. We're going to wait for something to break. All right, so if we break down here a bit, which we could be almost at the same price. We could argue that this is a price to the right now candle. Right now, man. This would tell us that, oh, that's Alt T. There we go. Sorry, that was Control T, not Alt T. Yeah, here we go. There's a bullish divergence. Medium starting to develop. As soon as we drop slightly lower, we start creating that strong bullish, and then we can start looking for that movement up, right? But for now, it's medium. And again, this candle hasn't closed. So we're pulling back up. We no longer have it. Gotta wait for the candle to close. All right. So that's that. We'll do 1 hour. And again, here you can see that stagnation, right? From the clash of the divergences. It was an old time ago when the divergences clashed. Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was yesterday, lad. They diverged. Alrighty, let's wrap this one. Lower. Jeez, I'm not gonna be calling anything on this one. I'm gonna wait. It's just stagnating. It's moving sideways. We gotta wait for a break to happen. Get some clear divergence to appreciate. Get some clear divergence to appear. Then we can appreciate where the market's gonna go. Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna call it a stream. Like I said, I gotta go watch a movie with the wife. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the kind and awesome support that you give this channel with your viewership, with your time, with your kind donations, with your everything that you do for this channel, like, bell, subs, whatever you guys do. Thank you very much for being here. Again, I appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, hit the like, hit the bell, hit the sub. Join us on the Discord. I'm live every night, usually every night, except when I'm not here. Duh. But I usually try to be here every night for as little as long as possible. And all information I will provide here is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please don't trade based on what you see here. We are just discussing ideas. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again tomorrow for another edition of So Crypto. Until then,